that was annoying. I just started recording about a minute in, and I ran out of storage space on my phone, so that was a bit of a ball ache. But basically, I was saying that I'm dead into like learning about nutrition and everything, and like the different diets and everything, like the plant based, how it works. Because obviously everyone's got the misconception of like, can't get protein on a vegan diet. How are you going to live? And all that shit. So I just like to learn so I can, tell people what it actually is. And everything. So yeah, I'm dead interested in nutrition. So any more things you can tell me, I'm dead up for learning about it. Because I think obviously I'm not going to be on diet plan forever. But I do know what I'm doing in aspects. The reason I got fat is because I was eating what I wanted and eating too much of what I wanted. And I needed a kick up the arse. That's why I got fat. But I like having a diet plan because it makes me stick to it. This is Chewy, the shit box who shits everywhere in the house. Shits and pisses everywhere in the house, but he's a good dog. But yeah, man, let's get back into it. What's happening as well is because we're getting to like week 5, I've had to zoom out. So if I'm like, what's that say? I'm sorry, but yeah, what we're gonna do about it. Right, let's get into it. Wins of the week. What did you do? What went well? Been hitting cardio harder. Obviously burning more calories doing the cardio, but I've just been trying like push myself more because I really like to run a marathon. To be honest with you, I want build up to run a marathon so I can say I've done it because I love doing little challenges for myself. So I think if I do that, I'm really up for that. So yeah, looking forward to that. Been really focused on training. Obviously, Katie's not been doing it because you know why. But as soon as she's more comfortable, and because obviously what's happened, she's a bit worried about things. But she will get back into it because she is sticking to the food and everything still. Yeah, she's still doing really well, to be fair. But yeah, stuck to all the food and everything this week. It's not been a problem at all. Been drinking a lot more water because I've noticed that my I've not been drinking as much water. So I've just been making sure that I'm drinking more water because obviously water's the best thing in the world for you can have. Your body's made up of 70%, so need drink more. But me piss is, I know it sounds a bit gross, but it's clear, so I must be drinking enough. I don't know. If you can tell me if I need to drink more, but I feel, like I say. Yeah, anyway, training week. Yeah, it's been fine, man. Been buzzing. Just been buzzing to train. Like, I've been really looking forward to it, like I used to. Because a few years ago I used to go gym a lot and everything, and then I lost all motivation and that. And then like now I'm just like back to how I was before. Like I love it. I'm just so buzzing off going all the time. I just want to keep it up and just carry on and get consistent with it. Recovery, yeah, it's been fine, man. I think leg day I was sore on the legs because I was pushing the squats. I was, when you're on the edge of trying to push up and you're really struggling to get it up. That sounded wrong. When you're struggling to get up, like not struggling, but you're pushing yourself. You're really pushing yourself, trying to get that last squat in. And I did. Is like I say, just the legs sore like the next day, which is a good thing because it means you're doing the right thing, I suppose. But then after that, I've been fine. Like not walking like John Wayne, which is good. Right, nutrition, doing the plan. Yeah, it's been good. No problems with the plan. I think the food needs changing up just a little bit. I mean, I'm quite happy with the wraps and that. I don't mind the wraps. I find them quite nice still. It doesn't bother me. Probably Thai curry. That's fine for the moment. But I feel like it's getting to the stage where it's going to be getting annoying. So hopefully we can change that up in the breakfast as well. The cereal, I think. I'm not a big fan of the breakfast now. I liked it when we first did it, but obviously with us doing it, it's been a few weeks now that we've been. I think since possibly week 2 or week 3 we started having that. It's just one of them. It's when you probably might know the feeling when you pouring the spoonful in your mouth and you're like, oh, I'm having this again. If there's anything I can do to improve that, let me know, man. Because, like I say, I'm all up for learning. Because I think, the more we learn, the better we become. So I'm game for learning, man. Caffeine, yeah, I had 1 cup coffee. I think that's just because I was late night with the England game. I wasn't going to miss that game, and I'm not going to miss Sunday's game. But I'm off work Monday, so I can make up for it. But yeah, I think just had the 1 coffee because I went bed at like 11:15, something like that. So I was just super late that night. But yeah, nothing else other than that. I don't really have energy drinks beforehand anyway. I'd have the odd one, but I think coffee and tea was it wasn't really a big problem. I used to have 1 a day anyway. Appetite and digestion, hunger levels. It's been fine this week. I don't feel hungry. I mean, since changing the orange because I have the orange like between my breakfast and my lunch because that's when I'm the most hungriest between them 2 meals. So I have the orange to kind of split the day. And having the protein shakes have been fine because it's been fine this week. I think since you've said you can have it whenever you want, obviously you're not taking the mick with the meals, still having it spread out, but I think that orange kind of just makes it just right. Physique changes. I put on here, can't see anything, but I mean, I feel my literally work trousers were fucking falling off me. I had to buy a belt from the services. So the work trousers were literally falling down, which is a really good sign because my old job a few months ago, I was in a size 36, and I couldn't even fit in the size 36 trousers that they give me, and I've never been size 36. I'm usually 32, 34. But these ones, the work trousers I've got now, these are 36, and the fucking like literally, if my arse was flatter, I'd be screwed because they'd be on the floor all the time. Not good. But yeah, falling off, man, buzzing about that, and my belly's gone down a bit. I think I think week by week it's gone more and more down on my tits as well. So we'll see on the photos when Katie gets to take photos because the reason why I could do a time photo if I wanted, but they're not the same as Kate, the same angle every week, and obviously if they're the same angles then you know what's going. So yeah, general energy over the day, man, my fucking energy is through the roof. Like I'm buzzing my tits off. I feel like I've had loads of cocaine or like I feel buzzing all the time. It's meant. Even after a long day's work yesterday, I still did I think I did a 14.5-hour shift. Come home, had tea, went for a walk, and I was like, I've got so much more energy. I'm going to go for a run. So I just put my running shoes on and just went for a run, but up and down. I don't know, man. It's meant. I love plant-based eating because this is one of the things that you get from it. Sleep quality and length. Sleeping like a baby because I don't get much, so I sleep like a baby. But yeah, current wake and bedtime been normal. Same really, except for that England game. Anything outside training? That has impacted? No, nothing's impacted me this week. Everything's been fine. Like I say, I think it's that's it really. Anything else affect next week? No, but I hope we can change the breakfast. I don't know what we would change to. You're the guy who does all these meals, so see what you want to do. Because either way, I can bulk prep it anyway. Any questions for you? What we went through really about like the nutrition side and everything. Basically, watching stuff on the internet, obviously on YouTube, listen to plant-based doctors and everything like that. And I've just finished the Rich Roll Ultra, Finding Ultra, and he's obviously an ultra athlete, which obviously they need the protein as well, because just because he's running doesn't mean that you don't need protein for running, because you're still building leg muscles and stuff, so you still need the protein. And all he's saying is he doesn't have much more than the recommended daily amount. So that's made me obviously question, why am I having 110 more grams when, you know, I'm not exactly running an ultra marathon, you know. But like I say, man, I'm going to listen to you because you're my PT and I want to understand it. So I'm glad we've kind of talked about that. I've completed all my goals. You know, I think there's similar goals every week, to be fair. It's just been like pushing yourself more, because sometimes you can drift away a little bit, but it's finding that little bit more, because I don't know if you know who David Goggins is, but he's a guy who inspired me to do 100,000 steps in a day, a walk. So yeah, if you haven't heard that guy, David Goggins, then check him out. Really good. But yeah, I think next week just carry on what I'm doing. I think what we're doing is working, and I'm glad I've actually got a PT, because it makes me do it, if you know what I mean. I don't lose the motivation of it, because sometimes what can happen is when you're freshly training, you can lose the motivation. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I know it's a lot longer than last week. I feel like I'm a bit more talkative this week. I think last week I was just a bit like, I don't know, something wasn't up last week. I don't know what was up, but just didn't feel 100%. But this week, buzzing, man. Absolutely buzzing. So yeah, looking forward to next week. Let's get it.